Big Blue, stop right now. MetLife Stadium just exploded with breaking news, and the first number is already on the board: $7 million. A key departure is suddenly haunting the front office. An old fan favorite is turning back the clock on the practice field, and a former Pro Bowler's roster bubble just burst wide open. Insiders whispered about it yesterday, but here's the first real payoff. That $7 million deal sent Austin Schlottmann to Tennessee, leaving the center position completely exposed as training camp heats up. If you bleed blue, white, and red, and want the Eagles to crumble, smash like and subscribe right now. We start with the offensive line disaster making everyone panic in East Rutherford. Stay locked, there's a double cliffhanger at the end. A quiet exit in March usually gets forgotten by August. But inside the Giants facility, the room grew uncomfortably silent when the medical report hit the head coach's desk. The name? John Michael Schmitz. And the front office is starting to realize they might have backed the wrong horse at center. Through the first 3 years of his NFL career, it has been tough sledding for the former early-round pick. That reality was never more evident than last season when backup center Austin Schlottmann stepped in for 4 critical games throughout the year. Schmitz was forced to the sidelines due to multiple physical setbacks, including a concussion that kept him out in weeks 7 and 8, followed by a finger injury that shelved him during weeks 17 and 18. During those crucial relief appearances, the 30-year-old Schlottmann didn't just fill a spot on the depth chart, he completely outplayed Schmitz across every statistical metric tracked by Pro Football Focus. Schlottmann earned an overall grade of 70.8, leaving Schmitz far behind at 60.8. In run blocking, Schlottmann posted a 69.8 mark compared to Schmitz's 63.3. But the pass blocking differential was where the alarm bells really started ringing inside the building. Schlottmann posted an impressive 77.0 pass blocking grade, while Schmitz lagged at a concerning 60.9. There is a legitimate argument that New York should have moved on from Schmitz, saved precious cap space, and signed Schlottmann to a team-friendly contract. Instead, Schlottmann parlayed his brief yet impactful performance into a lucrative 2-year, $7 million contract with the Tennessee Titans during free agency. At the time, it felt like an under-the-radar departure you simply shrug off and move on from. Training camp in East Rutherford is making that front office decision look disastrously wrong. To replace Schlottmann as the primary interior backup, New York signed 10-year NFL veteran Lucas Patrick to a 1-year contract earlier this offseason. Patrick brought versatility, having played all 3 interior offensive line positions throughout his long career, making him the obvious insurance policy behind Schmitz. But that insurance policy has been virtually unavailable. Patrick missed a massive chunk of spring workouts due to an undisclosed injury, and as full contact practices heat up, his workload continues to be strictly managed. Head coach John Harbaugh has repeatedly brushed off the situation as simple old guy stuff, but nobody in the fan base is buying it. When beat writers confirmed that Patrick is still severely limited, it was impossible not to think back to simpler times when Schlottmann was holding down the line. The Giants front office showed their true level of anxiety this past Tuesday when they brought in 4 free agent interior offensive linemen for emergency workouts. While they ultimately left without signing any of them, the mere act of auditioning street free agents in early August speaks volumes about the coaching staff's fear. They are crossing their fingers that Patrick suddenly gets healthy while actively searching the market for depth. Schlottmann had already proven he could keep the offense afloat and actively improve pass protection when Schmitz was injured. Now he is in Tennessee because he was offered a clearer path to playing time, leaving New York with 0 proven depth behind a starter who has yet to solidify his spot. If Schmitz misses time again or struggles early in the season, the interior of this offensive line could completely collapse, putting the entire offense in immediate jeopardy. Do you think letting Schlottmann walk to Tennessee for $7 million will haunt the Giants all season long? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you believe Big Blue must fix this offensive line before week 1, smash that like button and let rival fans know we demand standard performance. But as concerning as the center battle is, what is happening on the outside of the field is turning every single head in East Rutherford. Because while the offensive line scrambles for depth, a 33-year-old superstar wide receiver is doing something nobody expected. Resurrected career or summer illusion? Stay locked. A move 3 years in the making. Some called it a cheap publicity stunt designed to generate artificial buzz and sell throwback jerseys. The identity everyone's asking about? Odell Beckham Jr.? And he is suddenly turning training camp into his personal highlight reel. The New York Giants attempted to recapture their former glory by bringing Beckham back to East Rutherford on a 1-year deal. When news first broke, critics derided the move, assuming the 33-year-old receiver had nothing left in the tank. Beckham arrived in town as part of a crowded veteran wave alongside Juju Smith-Schuster and Braxton Berrios, joining a wide receiver room that also includes third-round rookie Malachi Fields. Pessimists saw a haphazard collection of washed-up names and unnecessary roster padding. Optimists believed that with so many options, at least one veteran would break out and regain form. Right now, the optimists are winning the debate. Reports from beat reporter Connor Hughes reveal that Beckham has been making serious noise and separating himself from the pack. With the coaching staff taking an extremely cautious approach with star rookie Malik Neighbors as he works through a physical recovery, Beckham has stepped right into the void. Odell has been taking first-team reps alongside key starter Darnell Mooney and speedster Calvin Austin III. Beat writers note that despite an overall lack of targets and formal catches in scrimmages, Beckham is consistently getting open against starting defensive backs. His route-running precision and elite footwork are forcing the coaching staff to reward his unheralded performances with an increased daily workload. This is not a novelty signing like Tim Tebow to the Jaguars years ago. Beckham is proving he still has enough gas left in the tank to defy the odds and make impact plays for rookie quarterback Jackson Dart and this new-look Giants offense. To understand the gravity of this resurgence, you have to look back at where Beckham was. The last time Odell recorded over 600 receiving yards in a single NFL season, Avengers Endgame had just come out in theaters, and Beckham was playing for the Cleveland Browns. Following years of severe knee injuries, surgeries, and a lack of league-wide interest, nobody would have blamed you for declaring his career dead and buried. Yet here he is in 2026, putting on a show in the exact same facility where his career exploded over a decade ago. With Neighbors on the mend, the Giants have the luxury of running a completely open competition in camp. This is a pure meritocracy, and if Beckham is still using his physical gifts to beat coverage with ease despite all the road spikes his career has driven over, there is no reason he cannot secure a meaty role in this starting offense. While skeptics will argue that relying on a 33-year-old wide receiver with an extensive injury history is a dangerous precedent, watching Beckham rewind the clock is bringing pure joy to the fan base. He brings veteran leadership, swagger, and a downfield threat that this offense desperately needed. If he stays healthy and continues this upward trajectory, he won't just make the roster, he could become Jackson Dart's most trustworthy target when games actually count in September. Do you think Odell Beckham Jr. can realistically eclipse 700 yards and 6 touchdowns this season in Big Blue? Sound off with your prediction in the comments. And if you want to see OBJ back in the end zone at MetLife Stadium crushing rival defenses, hit that like button right now to show your support. But while one iconic receiver's stock is soaring to the sky, another big-name veteran signing is watching his entire NFL career slip right through his fingers. A devastating injury at the worst possible time. Reality check or final curtain? Stay locked. Scouts called it a high-risk gamble from day one. And now the bill is coming due faster than anyone in the front office expected. The player? Juju Smith-Schuster. And his already slim odds of making the final 53-man roster just got significantly longer. Juju signed with the New York Giants back on June 1st as part of a three-headed veteran wide receiver sweepstakes alongside Odell Beckham Jr. and Braxton Berrios. All three players inked non-guaranteed contracts, setting up an intense summer battle in East Rutherford where only the most productive would survive. But while Beckham is capturing national headlines with his vintage practice highlights, and Berrios brings essential punt return versatility and slot depth, Smith-Schuster is rapidly fading into the background. The veteran wide receiver is currently battling a frustrating knee injury that kept him completely out of practice this past Tuesday, putting his roster status in immediate peril as the first wave of roster cuts looms roughly 2 weeks away. In the high-stakes world of the NFL, availability is the ultimate ability, and you simply cannot establish chemistry or trust in a brand new system while sitting in the medical room. Even his strong personal relationship with first-year Giants offensive coordinator Matt Nagy, who coached him during their time together with the Kansas City Chiefs, might not be enough to save his roster spot. Smith-Schuster is coming off an extraordinarily disappointing and inconsistent 2-season stint in Kansas City. Over those 2 years, he managed to start just 20 games and averaged a dismal 18.4 receiving yards per game. Last season in Kansas City, he ranked a distant 5th on the team in targets with 45 and 5th in receptions with 33, while finishing 6th in receiving yards with just 345. During the Chiefs' championship run to Super Bowl LAX in 2025, Juju was virtually a ghost in the offense, recording a mere 4 receptions throughout the entire postseason. Now, sitting on the sidelines in East Rutherford, he is watching his professional career slip away in real time. The Giants' wide receiver room is absurdly crowded, featuring 13 players aggressively fighting for a maximum of 6 or 7 roster spots. With Smith-Schuster sidelined and unable to run routes during key 11-on-11 team drills, younger, unheralded receivers like Dalen Cambry are stepping into those vacant reps and making eye-catching plays for the coaching staff. To make matters even more precarious for Juju, he has logged exactly one single special teams snap over the past 4 seasons combined. NFL head coaches and special teams coordinators expect their 5th, 6th, and 7th wide receivers to be core special teams contributors on kickoff and punt coverage. Because Juju offers zero special teams utility and lacks the explosive speed or quickness he once possessed earlier in his career, his value as a bottom-of-the-roster depth option is almost non-existent. Turning 30 years old this coming November, the exact age where physical decline typically accelerates for physical slot receivers, Smith-Schuster is rapidly running out of time. Taking a non-guaranteed contract with New York felt like his absolute last call in professional football after finding limited contract options across the entire league this past spring. There is still a narrow window for him to save his job if he can somehow recover in time for the preseason opener on August 15th, but the clock is ticking down fast. If he cannot suit up, run crisp routes, and prove he can still create separation against opposing cornerbacks, Brian Daboll and the front office will not hesitate to cut ties before the regular season kicks off. A player cannot help win games from the training table, and in a wide receiver group undergoing a massive rebuild, youth and durability will always win out over past reputation. Do you think Juju Smith-Schuster's NFL career is officially over if the Giants release him before Week 1? Tell me your honest opinion in the comments below. And if you agree that Big Blue needs to cut the dead weight and keep only the hungriest players on this roster, smash that like button and subscribe right now to stay connected with the channel. But don't move an inch, because the ultimate verdict on this roster is about to drop. 3 stories, one defining summer in East Rutherford. The interior offensive line panic exposes deep structural flaws. Odell Beckham Jr.'s resurgence injects fiery hope into the passing game, and Juju Smith-Schuster's roster bubble collapse proves that time waits for no one in this league. The Giants aren't just adjusting their depth chart, they are fighting to establish a ruthless, competitive culture. Let's look at the big picture. If John Michael Schmitz doesn't step up and Odell keeps beating top cornerbacks, this team can shock the entire division. But if the trenches crumble, nothing else matters. Big Blue stands at a massive crossroads before Week 1. Now, I need 3 quick things from Giants Nation. 1. Smash that like button if you believe Odell Beckham Jr. is going to have a massive comeback year. 2. Leave a comment with your exact final record prediction for the Giants this season. Are we making the playoffs or top 5 in the draft? 3. Hit subscribe right now to join the most loyal fan base in football and show the Eagles and Cowboys who really owns New York. But listen closely, because the edge of the cliff is right here. Reports are leaking that the front office is preparing a surprise trade offer for an interior lineman before the first preseason game. And on top of that, the Philadelphia Eagles just freed up significant cap space and are eyeing the exact same offensive trade target. Which side makes the move first? Plus, a rumor is circulating that Jackson Dart called a private meeting with the wide receivers after practice today, and what was said could define the locker room chemistry for the entire 2026 season. That story drops next. Big Blue faithful, stay locked, stay proud, and let's make the NFC East bleed blue. See you in the next video.